Hi. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Acting from All Angles. Today we're going to talk about binge watching, about surviving this insanity that we're all in. Um, but first, let me introduce myself to you. My name is Julianne Lichty Stratton, and I am the creator of Actors in Action Conservatory, a film and theater. And what do we do here? We empower the passionate actor with a craft and skill to have a serious acting career. Okay, so this is a bummer, hanging out at home so much. I know it's not been. I don't know. It's been kind of cool. It's been like centering to just be able to pull back and get yourself centered and maybe get some deep cleaning done and stuff like that. I guess it hasn't been that bad, but things are just shutting down so much. So I thought that I would give you a little report on what's going on with AIA, CFT, with that, and then give you some binge watch food. So first of all, I've been working on how to get my classes online, and it's been very interesting. So who knows, there could be a silver lining in this. I could be able to do classes online and do it all over the world, which would be really great. I would love that because I think it would help a ton of actors, because the way we teach acting here is so succinct, so quick. You just learn so much and you get so good at it, and you have this amazing process and you get in touch with your instincts, and it's fantastic. Fan-freaking-tastic. And if I could bottle it and send it out to you guys, I will, if I can have you do online classes with us here. So that's exciting. So let's dive in. Let's talk about some stuff. And I'm so excited. I wanted to get online with this because I'm like, I just want to talk about this stuff. It's so exciting. So we're going to talk about my 5 top picks. Or is it 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5. I have 5 top picks for Netflix to watch. I am super, super picky about stories. I don't know about the rest of you, but if a story isn't great, then I just can't watch it. I just can't watch the Netflix or the series or whatever. It's just got to be like fantastic. And it's hard to find those. And I have some here that I think are really great. A couple of them, they were good. They were good enough for me to get through them, the whole series and all that kind of stuff. So I just thought I'd share with you what they are. The first one, oh my gosh, whoa! The first one, oh my goodness, can I not? Okay, I can't add these on right now. I have to wait till afterwards because I'm recording all this. So the first one is Drusillus Urtugal. If any of you know anything about me or know me in real life, you know that I talk about this series constantly. It's so incredible. So also, you have to be kind of aware, most of these things are in a foreign language. Most of the ones I like are in a foreign language. So if you're not a subtitle reader, either learn to be one or you may not want to listen to this. But Drusillus Urtugal is definitely worth suffering through the subtitles because you'll get used to it, and it's incredible. What it is, they call it the Turkish Game of Thrones. It's filmed in Turkey. It is about Ertugrul, who was the father of Osman I, who founded the Ottoman Empire, which was this huge empire that lasted for centuries, and it was really incredible. So it takes place in 13th century, the 1200s in Turkey. And it's just, I cannot say enough about this. It is incredible. First of all, talk about your binge watching fodder. This series is 5 seasons long, and get this, each season has at least 70 to 90 episodes per season, like 45-minute long episodes, and you can't stop watching it. In fact, Steve and I, my husband and I think it took us about 8 months, and we watched the whole thing, like from start to end. It's amazing. The storytelling is just so good. That is the forte of Ertugrul, is the storytelling. The way the way the director, the showrunner, the writer has crafted this is just spellbinding. It's incredible. It just grabs you and takes you along. Now, the production value is okay. It's good. It's all a bunch of not yurts really, but tents in Turkey. And the costuming's lovely. It's fine. It's not like, I think, what we're used to sometimes with, I don't know, like Game of Thrones was like crazy as far as production values goes. This is good. The production value is good. The acting, generally speaking, is amazing. Some of it is a little hokey, but you just forgive everything because of the storytelling. There's huge amounts of sword fighting, horse riding, all that kind of stuff. Lots of intrigue. I, as a writer, feel like I have benefited so much from watching Ertugrul. It's like I now look at series and I'm like, they could have stretched that out like for 20 episodes and made it so much more powerful and palpable and incredible just because of what I learned watching Ertugrul. So Ertugrul, Drusilla's Ertugrul, watch it. It's incredible. It's amazing. They're coming out with a new one called Ertugrul Osman, which is about how Osman, Ertugrul's son, becomes the founder of the Ottoman Empire, and I'm sure I'm so excited about it. I don't know when it's coming out, but I have to say I went into a depression when we watched the last episode of Ertugrul. It was just, I was like, what am I going to do now? It was so incredible. Okay, the next one that I love is called Thieves of the Woods, and like I said, when this is done, I will put in the links to each one of these below. This is Thieves of the Wood. It's also, all of these are on Netflix. This I just stumbled onto. All of these I just stumbled onto as I hunt and peck through Netflix to see what I like. I have a tendency to like kind of like medieval stuff or fantasy stuff. So a lot of these are like that, or even there's a futuristic one in there, which is cool. So Thieves of the Woods is also called Bande de gens Delictes, and I've talked about it before. It's actually inspired a short film that I'm working on called Le Bois, and it is in Flemish. I've talked about this too. So Flemish, Flanders. It's a dialect of Dutch. So again, you're going to have to use subtitles, but it's really cool watching because sometimes some of the words are kind of like English and you're like, oh, I know that word. Anyway, it's kind of like a Robin Hood story. Jean Delicte was an actual folk hero from Flanders, like in the 1700s, right before the French Revolution. And it's about suppression and about overcoming that. And it's dirty and dark and dank and dirty, like everybody, like nobody looks like they have ever taken a bath in their life. And it's depressing and there's oppression and there's lots of horrible stuff that happens in it. But ultimately, it's beautiful. It's redemptive and beautiful. I won't tell you how it ends. It's just one season, 10 episodes in it, I think. I don't know how they're going to do a second season for it, if they do, because that would be a spoil. I couldn't tell you because something happens in it that we're like, how can this... Actually, something happens in it twice where you're like, how can this story continue? But it does. But anyway, it is beautiful. I love it. The acting is amazing. The lead guy, I think his name is Simone somebody, is dreamy and fabulous. It's got everything. It's got romance. It's got adventure. Has a little bit of fighting. It has evil, tyranny, suppression people, and then it has ultimately justice, redemptive justice. So it's great. The next one, I can't even pronounce this one. This is Ragnarok. It is a Norwegian series. It is from Norway, and it is so cool. So again, you got to read subtitles. But then Norwegian, sometimes there's a little bit of English that you're like, oh, that sounds like this. So I love that. I'm kind of a language geek with that, so that's fun. But Ragnarok means the end of the world in Norse mythology. And basically, it's Thor in high school. It's really fun. So this kid has kind of, I guess he's been sort of reincarnated as Thor, but he doesn't know it. He's this big, beautiful, stocky kid. It's not stocky, but he's big, blonde Norseman, 18 whatever years old, and he's dyslexic and he's not slow, but he's just a little thoughtful. And he's got this brother that's kind of snarky. He reminds me of Loki. I don't know, the Greek. The Norse mythology, Loki, we all know Loki from the Avengers movies. So he's there. I don't know if he is Loki, but he's not. But then there's these other people that live in the town that are giants, they call them. It's from also Norse mythology, of course. And they're the bad guys, and they've been living for generations and thousands of years, but nobody knows it. So it's fun. The story's not totally gripping, but it's not bad. It's really fun. It's cool. I highly recommend that one. The next one I recommend is Aries. Aries is also, it's a Dutch series. So I don't know, me and my subtitles, but it's good. It's a horror thing. It takes place nowadays, modern day, in a college sort of setting, And it's about this secret society that they induct people in, kind of like a very, very high-end fraternity. And they induct students into it. And it's something that's been going on for centuries. And you have to, like, they do horrible things to people, and and they haze them. And then to become president, you have to, like, do all these terrible things. But it's about this woman, this girl in it, who's biracial, and they're all, like, very white and like that. Anyway, so she gets kind of inducted into it, and how she goes along, she becomes sort of the leader, and the performance is really great. I can't remember the actress's name, but she's really great, and it's very interesting. It's cool. So I'm getting a thumbs up on there. Yeah. So Aries is what it's called, and it's interesting. The story wasn't totally satisfying at the end. I didn't go, oh yeah, that was amazing, like I did at Ertugrul, or like I can't believe it's stopping, but it was good. It was interesting, and it's just kind of quirky and horror-ish, and not like monster. Well, there's sort of a monster in it, kind of, but it's interesting. I suggest that. So my last one that I have is something I actually just started watching last night. I was bored. I was done with my class, teaching online, and I was just laying in bed and waiting for my husband to go home and flicking through channels and flicking through Netflix, and I found this thing called Altered Carbon. So I started watching it. It's a futuristic thing. I thought, oh, I might like this. I don't know. And I'm only halfway through the first episode, but I'm really liking it. The story seems really tight and really good. It's futuristic. It's based on a punk Pulp Fiction novel, and which I've never heard of, but it's based on that. Basically, it's in the future, and people don't die. They've got these little plates in their heads that if they survive, they just take the plate and they re-sleeve them into another body. And so I don't know where they get the bodies from exactly, but it's about this, like, kick-ass guy who's a terrorist, sort of. He's, like, fighting for justice, and he gets killed, and then his little thing gets put into this other guy's body and gets kind of, like, resurrected, and this super rich guy has resurrected this, has paid to own this guy, and he wants to find out, the super rich guy wants to find out who murdered him, because he, like, got his little thing smashed or whatever too. Somebody murdered him. And if you get the little thing smashed, then that's done. You can never come back to life. So it's cool. There's some language, there's some nudity, there's lots of violence. It's a little crazy, but you can tell they put a lot of money into this. The sets are amazing. But what I love about this is it's written by a woman, the screenplay and everything. So her name, hopefully I can pronounce this right, but it's Leta Karagridis. Leta Karagridis. I don't know if she's Greek, but that sounds very Greek to me. Sounds Greek to me. But she has written a lot of really cool stuff. She wrote Alita, Battle Angel, which I know that got mixed reviews, but I liked the story for that. I thought it was pretty darn good. And she writes very complicated, like, intense things. She also wrote one of the Terminators. She wrote Shutter Island. I have my notes here, but I can't get to it because, anyway. She also wrote, I can't remember what else. But anyway, look her up. I'll put her link in there too. But I think it's really awesome. She writes really tight, amazing, fitting kind of stuff. And it's great. So far, I think the story is really great. So those are my 5 top picks. Like I said, with stories, like, for me, it has to make sense. It has to be a tight story, or I just can't watch it. No matter, if the acting's, even if the acting's fabulous and the set and design, once it starts losing its logic for the story, I mean, like the story logic, I have to tune out. Like, I was watching The Witcher. I know a lot of people watch The Witcher and they love it, and it's great to see Henry Cavill up there with blonde wig, reinvented. I think I said his name right. Anyway, but I was watching, Steve and I were watching it. I think we got like episode 2 or I don't know, 1 or 2, and it just started to not make sense, and I just kind of lost interest. And I think that's just because, as human beings, we need to feel a connection of story. Story helps us to experience life and understand things, put things together. So when they start to, like, not make sense, or people are like, they start telling things, the characters, instead of action, or people, when it gets to tell, don't show, it kind of like distances us. Anyway, guys, I hope you have fun watching this stuff. Hopefully it will help you with your boredom, or, and help your acting and help your storytelling. So again, Drusillus, Ertugrul, Thieves of the Wood, Runanork, which I can't even pronounce, Aries, and Altered Carbon. Those are awesome. Those are some nice Netflix fodder. Okay, while we're doing this. All right, thanks so much for watching. Again, like I said, I'm starting to evolve into online classes, which has been really cool. I've taken all my classes online, and we're doing it through Zoom, so I'm figuring out how to teach online, which I never thought you really could have an acting class online, but it seems to be working. So if people are out there interested in my online classes, I'd love to chat with you about it. You can just message me here on Facebook, Julianne Lichty, or just leave a comment in here. And I definitely still have my audition club I'm doing, which I'm getting more people in that, and that's really a great thing. You can message me about that too. Have a great day. Stay safe. Stay out of Costco if it's madness. Just one last thing. I was there. There was an earthquake here in Utah yesterday. It was crazy. And there was this huge aftershock. And I was actually in Costco trying to get toilet paper when it happened. In fact, Costco had closed for the earlier earthquake because there was a gas leak. I got there in line. My husband called, they have toilet paper, go to Costco. I got there, it was closed. I waited in line. I was like, I'll wait 1/2 hour if, because they didn't know when they're going to open it. They did open it. I got in. I was pushing my cart towards the toilet paper, and the whole store started shaking. And I was like, people were screaming. And they were like, okay, everybody out, everybody out. So I had to leave. I didn't get any toilet paper. I went home and just sat for the rest of the day. I was pretty shaken up. Anyway, thanks guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching Acting from All Angles. Have a great one. Oh, hey, let's see. Hey, wait, we have a little comment here. Hazel is saying, oh, we have a bunch of people here. We had Catherine, we had Warren, we had Taryn Nagel. Sorry guys, I didn't even see you till now. But Hazel said, the only thing that made me watch The Witcher through the end was Henry Carville's tight pants. It's true. And why waste that? We've got Henry Carville up there, looking so gorgeous and being so amazing. Why can't we have a nice tight story with that too? A nice tight story with a nice tight, you know what? Okay, I'll see you guys later.